they are for a middle infielder, and they're going to go to the well for this guy. Okay, uh, I, it I just go back to it's a systemic problem with the White Sox. Not it's not having a farm system that can feed talent to the big league club on a regular or consistent basis from the field from position players. Pitching, another complete different story. But to not have players that are ready. Tim Anderson is the hot prospect. The next in line for the middle infield. He's about 24 now, I think, going to be 25. If he's not ready now, or if he's not ready by like May, June, things are in trouble for him. It's not going to be good because the last thing you need is a 25-year-old prospect trying to break camp in the 2017 season. So it's kind of like, oh boy, it's more for me. It's not. I don't know. I'm not. It says more about the organization than what I think they're letting to believe, or they want fans to believe or know. So I'm a complete cynic when it comes to them, and fine, it's a stopgap. But you had every opportunity to go sign Juan Uribe. You've had every opportunity to make those stopgaps and make those veteran adjustments all off season, yet you do it now. What did you see come Tuesday or whenever it was, Monday, that you're like, oh gosh, we need to go get Jimmy Rollins? What happened?
I I was like, I don't want to sound mean, but like the move was like total White Sox.
Oh yeah, no,
Like,
it was.
but
I'm not going to argue that. I'm not even take offense at it.
I kind of feel like they got somebody who's gonna play like 90 games for them, like on the cheap,
Yeah.
but in a minor league deal too. I don't know.
I I don't get it. I don't understand why, and especially with the Reds and how they're just kind of throwing everything off the ship and they're trying to unload and rebuild. Um, you couldn't have tried to go get Brandon Phillips out of that.
That would have been a good move. I like Brandon Phillips. He's a good player.
Yeah, I like him too. I don't understand why. Okay, you know what? You want to unload the salary? Fine. Here's your prospects, and Sox want Todd Frazier and Brandon Phillips. There you go. There's your middle infield. Brett Lowry slots over to shortstop. Okay, there you go. Now all we need is an outfielder. And apparently the O's don't know what they're doing or were getting used, and Cubs just solidified their outfield. They got the depth that they needed.
That was it's a weird deal. I just heard a little bit about it, but basically like the Orioles did a really bad job. I think I don't know what happened, but somehow it got out that he had, I don't know. But then you
Yeah,
don't know who's putting the information out. You know how did that information get out? And then how did somebody decide like the Orioles didn't sign him? I don't know what happened. Like I thought that he was signing with the Orioles, and then all of a sudden
everyone did.
everyone did. And then the agent like started like bashing the Orioles about how they handled it. I didn't see exactly what he said, but I'm gonna look it up right now. But
Oh, he went crazy. I heard it on the way home,
crazy,
and
and
yeah, he's like the Orioles. How dare they do this? And how dare the media help them do this, orchestrate this big thing? And then they want to get cynical and sort of circle the wagons around the media and say, well, maybe he's covering for what he flubbed, and maybe he was the one that floated this out there, and the Orioles didn't do anything. Now, I don't know because the Orioles are not very good when it comes to free agents, especially late in the offseason. I want to say it was the Orioles a couple years ago that flat out said, no, we don't want you because of your physical and because of this, and this. And sort of quasi breaking confidentiality rules and laws with medical records. Do you remember that a couple years ago?
I
I can't remember who it was, but they threw a hissy fit about it, and they went off and took, maybe it was Eric Bedard, maybe
That kind
I
of
don't know.
sounds familiar.
I mean, almost it couldn't have been it could have been a pitcher most likely because well they're frequently injured, but there was maybe it was him, but they flubbed something. They got something got out, and it caused a big storm. It caused a big mess for them. So I hear this. I hear, oh, Orioles dropped the ball with a free agent. I'm kind of like, well, okay, par for the course. What else is new? They're not. They're not a sexy destination.
It's like they're the free agent spot. They're akin to like what the Bulls are to the NBA.
Oh gosh,
They don't
that's
know how to handle things, but like I don't. I think it's like, man, like just about this, like who puts this stuff out? So who it would be really interesting. I know we're never ever 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 gonna know probably, but like
mm-hmm.
who put the information? You know what I mean? Who did this? Who really put the information out there that there was a deal? That he was. Who knows, man? And then you're reading like he wanted an opt out after a certain year, but they didn't want to give it, and that was potentially the deal breaker. Is what I
That
just of what I'm like scanning through. I just searched Orioles follower on Twitter, and I'm scanning through all sorts of tweets and articles from verified people. Ken Rosenthal's, there. It seems weird. I don't know. It's funny though. But is it a byproduct? Is it just another byproduct of the world we live in?
yeah.
Shit gets out
I,
there before people want it to get out there for whatever reason, and
yeah, it could. I mean, the rule, yeah, the rule of thumb in basic journalism is that you double check your sources. You get two to confirm, and in this day and age, half the time this stuff's right anyway from the start. Especially when, and frankly, it's too late in this. It's too late in the off season that no one cares.
yeah,
I think is the real big thing. I mean, I heard Dexter Fowler got 3 years, whatever, 35 million, and I'm like, wow, okay, someone really overpaid for him, and like the O's had to overpay to get a okay outfielder. All right, no big deal, makes sense. Move along. Okay, who's next to fall? When's Austin Jackson going to sign her? Whatever the case is, the next topic. It doesn't matter. And now it's the agent wants to make it this grand assumption that this is the Orioles and this is the media's fault. Yet the Orioles haven't lashed back. Now I don't think it's in their best interest to start getting in a Twitter beef with with an agent or win the PR battle because it's already gone. The bell's been rung. It doesn't matter. So
yeah, it's already gone. There's a line in this Ken Rosenthal article. Like like the the Cubs. Here we go. Here it is. Whatever the reason, the Orioles' latest messy free agent episode, so there's been some in the past, directly benefited the Cubs, who stunned the baseball world Thursday by agreeing with Fowler to a 1 year, $13 million deal with a mutual option. I don't know if it's stunning, but
yeah,
they're a pretty stacked team, but like, that's the scariest thing ever. A stacked team. What does that mean? You know what I mean?
yeah.
I mean, how many stacked teams have we seen? The San Diego Padres were supposedly stacked last year.
NL off-season champs.
So we'll wait and see what really happens, but it's exciting to say the least. As a fan of that team, I'm excited that it's a pretty good. Whoever's going to be your fourth outfielder is a pretty decent option.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. That's good. How have you actually seen anything about how the Bulls have been? Like,
I
feel like
all I heard.
I feel like they're like, I'm not saying they're good, but every time I feel like I look, they're winning, and Doug McDermott is like lighting it up.
I I don't I
I
don't
don't know
even know.
about
I
lighting it
feel
up. Playing well.
I saw a tweet from or comment from it was on Instagram. It was on uh, the midday show. One of the hosts posts a picture of their folder with the rundown of their show, and one of the things on there was Doug McDermott is black. And the only way I can really kind of take that is okay, all of a sudden he figured out how to play basketball and score and find an offensive game that isn't just being a fadeaway jumper or a 3 point
Yeah,
shooter.
he
Uh,
dunked. He dunked 2 times in one game. Twice. He dunked twice, dude. Can you
so I got a kick out of that, but I heard that surprise, surprise, Derrick Rose has hamstring tendonitis. It's just kind of like, dude, it's over.
believe?
It's just over. Stop
I,
it.
w-
Stop
I
talking.
wish.
Sit there on the bench next to Joakim Noah, and that's it. It's over. It's done. Fold up shop. If somebody else wants to give you money, let them. But
I wish they could still do that. Remember, what was that? I forget that. The amnesty. Remember?
yes.
And now that's 100% gone. The whole like amnesty thing is gone. That was like a one-time thing that was part of the last collective bargaining agreement. So that like is no more. But I remember when that was going on, because like people would talk about it and be like, they should just amnesty him. And it's like you could only amnesty certain guys,
Right.
but whatever the case, I wish they could amnesty Derrick Rose in some way because it's just a little bit ridiculous. But anyhow, how about that Doug McDermott, man? Whew. But I don't know. I'm not excited at all about the Bulls. I just I just noticed that every time I felt like anytime I looked at anything, the Bulls were winning. But
I just feel. I guess the best way that I can put it is that the Bulls are the professional embodiment of what basketball has become in as a whole in the state of Illinois. And I don't really get it up or get excited for college basketball. And the past couple of years, I don't even think a team from the state of Illinois has gone to the NCAA tournament. So it's kind of like, what's the point anymore? Because Illinois is not a state that really cares about. Well, and I shouldn't say Illinois is the state. I shouldn't generalize like that. Northeast Illinois does not care about college sports. It's just a
no, I'm
fact.
with
They
you.
don't care what's going on in the Central State,
Yeah,
in this, in Chambana. They don't care about Northwestern. People care about Notre Dame because of the national TV deal and the proximity, but that's about it.
and for some reason, somebody's relative. I know I could be wrong, but I'm guessing you have a relative who's either absolutely insane about Notre Dame or absolutely hates them. Is that true or false?
Well, my wife's the one that absolutely loves Notre
All
Dame,
right.
and the rest, and my in-laws, for the most part, are very casual Subway alum.
All right. Because I.
Meaning that they never went there, but
Okay.
they're casual
All right.
fans.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
more of a pejorative
I
term.
I I grew up with people, like a lot of people around me, like telling me I should like Notre Dame, and there was also a couple people around me who, like a couple of my uncles, who like absolutely hated them and were like they're garbage, and I never understood it until I got older, and then I got older, and I'm like, oh, you guys are right. This Notre Dame is stupid. So that's how I. It's just but I hear what you're saying about the college sports, and I can care what I don't know. I feel like I know there's tons of people who disagree with me. I understand this, but the way I feel is that pro sports are better than college sports. mostly, and I'll say mostly
Yeah.
because there are exceptions. There are, there's